Let's look at the solution of prime puzzles, episode 29. Under the Corporate Social Responsibility Initiative, 6 multinational companies, namely ACC, BCC, CCC, DCC, ECC, and FCC Limited, each made a certain number of donations to an NGO called Chanchal Bachpan each year from 2021 to 2026. Each donation made by a company was such that the amount donated each time in rupees millions was an integral multiple of rupees of 1 million. It is also known that the amount donated in rupees millions by a company per donation each year was constant, although this figure may be different for different companies. Okay. So effectively what the question tells us is ACC, the company, every year will donate A million, BCC will donate B million, CCC will donate C million, DCC will donate D million, ECC will donate E million, and FCC will donate F million every year. Now, these are integral multiples of 1 million, but they can be different. The A, B, C, D, E, F can be different, which also translates into can be same also. We don't necessarily have to keep them all distinct. They can be different is mentioned. May be different for different companies is mentioned. Okay. The total donation in rupees millions received by NGO in each of the years from 2021 to 2026 was 37, 38, 45, 32, 47, and 46. Okay, so the amount donated to the NGO by the different companies in different years is mentioned as 37, 38, 45, 32, 47, 46, respectively. Assume that among ACC Limited, BCC Limited, and CCC Limited, ACC donated the least amount in rupees million per donation, while CCC donated the highest amount in rupees millions per donation. So effectively what they're telling me is A has to be the smallest, followed by B, followed by C. Among these three, only among these three, CCC is the highest. C is the highest, B is the second highest, A is the smallest. Only among these three, not among all six, only among these three, CCC is the highest. Okay. The following bar graph gives the number of donation made by each company in each of the given years from 2021 to 2026. So interpretation of this graph goes something like this. For 2021, we have this mesh sort of setup. So ACC in 2021 made 4 donations, BCC made 2 donations, CCC made 3 donations, DCC made 2 donations, ECC made 1 donation, and FCC made 2 donations. So we have these many donations from this company, and we know per donation they donate the same amount. So equation wise, what we can make is 4A plus 2B plus 3C plus 2D plus E plus 2F is equal to 37 million, the amount mentioned for 2021. Okay. Similarly, we can do it for the subsequent years as well. We'll get 6 equations. Let's go ahead and write all that down. A plus 3B plus 2C plus D में कितना भाई 3D plus 4E plus 2F. This is equal to 38. Okay, next thing told to us is for 2023, we have this polka dot sort of thing. So 2A plus 2B plus 3C plus 4D plus 2E plus 3F is equal to 45. Okay, next we have 2024, these cross mesh. So A plus 2B plus C plus 2D plus 2E plus 3F is equal to 32. Then for 2025, the black regions, 4A plus 2B plus 3C plus D plus 3D plus 4F is equal to 47. Year wise also, let me write those years down. This is for 2021, this is for 2022, this is for 2023, this is for 2024, this is for 2025. Finally, we will have for 2026, the numbers would be 2A plus 4B plus 3C plus 3D plus 4E plus 2F is equal to 46. So now we have 6 equations, we have 6 variables. We can pretty much solve it simultaneously. That is a possibility, but it will take a lot of time to solve, and our target is not to take too much time. So ideally what should happen here is there has to be some clue given. There has to be some clue given which will make our work easier. And in terms of clues given to us, the only clue that is useful is this. The only clue given that talks of something about these values is A is less than B is less than C. Now that given that we have only these, we have clues about A, B, C, my target right now is to somehow eliminate D, E, and F from equations. Target is to eliminate D, E, and F from equations so that I can only work with A, B, C. For the eagle-eyed solvers, you can potentially see this equation 2 that you have and this equation 6 that you have. Can you see 4E, 2F, 3D, 3D, 4E, 2F? So if I did equation 6 minus equation 2, I would end up with something like A, let me write it here, A plus B plus C is equal to 8. 46 minus 38. I will get A plus B plus C is equal to 8. And I also know that they have to be in such a way that A is less than B is less than C. And all of them have to be integral multiples of 1 million, or they have to be natural numbers. So what all cases are possible? I can have 1, 2, and 5, or I can have 1, 3, and 4. These are the only 2 possibilities that can exist for A, B, and C. Value wise, these are the only 2 possibilities that can exist for A, B, and C. So let's first assume this is the case. Values for A, B, C are 1, 2, and 5. If it is 1, 2, and 5, now what I'm doing is I'm converting equation 1. I'm assigning A the value of 1, assigning B the value of 2, and assigning C the value of 3, and then writing this equation in terms of D, E, and F. I will have 2D plus E plus 2F. पहले यहाँ देखते हैं. 4A is 4, 2B is 4, 3C is 15. So 4 plus 4 plus 15 is 23. 23 go out from here. This is equal to 4, 23 gone. So 41. Oh, sorry, 14. Yes. And from the second equation itself, A is 1, 3B is 6. So 1 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 10 is 17. So I will have 3D plus 4E plus 2F is equal to 21. 17 gone from 38. Now, see, it is not important that you work with 1 and 2 here. Here, 2 and 6 were interesting or good numbers, but good equations. But here, 1 and 2 are not critical. You can take any 2 equations. You can take any 2 equations. Just that you have to ensure that from here, something comes out beautifully. Can you see F and F? Because they have the same coefficient. Can I now go ahead? You can also do this. You can potentially go ahead and put down a third equation as well. कोई और है 2F वाला. 3D plus 4E plus 2F. यहाँ पे भी अच्छा नहीं, ये तो same ही हो गया पूरा. तो 2E plus 2E plus 3F. Something like that also you can. 2D plus 2E plus 3F. You put it down. Now 3 equation, 3 simultaneous expressions. Most likely that would be easier for us to solve. That would be easier for us to solve. We can do that. The other thing that you can do is with just these 2 equations, what I'm working with now is if I do equation 2 minus equation 1, I will get D plus 3E is equal to 7. And I know D and E are supposed to be integral multiples of 1 million. So possible values I'm writing down for D and E. If E was 1, D will be 4. If E was 1, D will be 4. But with this, can you see a potential problem? Look at this first expression itself. If E was 1 and D was 4, I would get 8 plus 1. 8 plus 1 plus 2f is equal to 14, or f will turn out to be 2.5. This is not an integral multiple of 1 million, which means E being 1 and D being 4 is not possible. So we'd have to check another case, E being 2 and D being 1. If E is 2, D is 1. So I would get 2 here, I would get 2 here, f would turn out to be 5. This is possible. This is possible. So one set of possible values for A, B, C, D, E, F, we have identified as 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5. We cannot claim with confidence that these are the precise values for A, B, C, D, E, F, because this is just a possibility that we have checked. In order to be sure that these are the precise values that we should get, let us take any random equation out of these. Apart from 1 and 2. Apart from 1 and 2, let's take any random equation out of the remaining 4 and see if we fit in these values, do we get the precise same number that we seek? Let's say I'm checking equation 3. I would have 2a, 2, 2b plus 4, 3c plus 15, 4d plus 4, 2e plus 4, 3f plus 15. So if I add this up, I will get 6 plus 15, 21, 21 plus 23. I will get 44 here as total, but I should have gotten 45, which means the values that are assigned to A, B, C, D, E, F here are incorrect. This is not possible. So we'll have to start our work all over again. This is not possible. 2.5 was an unacceptable case. 1.4 was an acceptable case. 1.25 for DEF is an unacceptable case. And can you see there are no more cases left for me to check for D and E, which would mean if I cannot arrive at an acceptable value for D and E with the condition that I was taking A, B, C as 125, with the condition that I was taking A, B, C as 125, it means A, B, C also cannot be 1, 2, and 5, which means at this time I'm certain A has to be 1, B has to be 3, and C has to be 4. A being 1 and B being 3 and C being 4, this is fixed because the only other possibility left. Okay, let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. I can still work with equation 1 and 2, just that these final constant numbers would change. Let's see. For equation 1, 4a. So 4 plus 6 plus 12. 4 plus 6 plus 12, 22 gone. So 2d plus e plus 2f will be equal to 15. The second equation, 1 plus 9 plus 8, 18 gone. So 4e plus 2f plus 3d will be equal to 20, or d plus 3e will be equal to 5 now. If this is equal to 5, now see, the only possible solution set that you can have for d and e will be e being equal to 1, d being equal to 2, and correspondingly f being equal to 5. We get this from here. 2d is 4, e is 1, 5 gone here, 10 left. 10 divided by 2, f turns out to be 5. This is the only possible case. This is the only possible case. So let's, and this is the only possible case, and this is the only acceptable case. This has to be the value. D is 2, E is 1, F is 5. Logically, there cannot be any other case. There cannot be any other possibility. But in case you are not entirely sold on the idea that this is the only possible case, you can go ahead and check. Let's check. Let me check equation 5 this time. I'm checking equation 5. 4a is 4, 2b is 6, 3c is 12, d is 2. This 3d is incorrect. It should be 3e here. Okay, so I get 2, 3e is 3, 4f is 20. Let's add these all up. I get 25 from here. I get 22 from here. 22 plus 25. Yes, we are reaching 47. All these values are precise. All these values are precise. Let's get to the individual questions now. What is the difference between the total donations in rupees million made by BCC in the year 2023? BCC in the year 2023 made 2B. So 6 was the donation made by BCC, and DCC in the year 2026. DCC in the year 2026 also made 6. 3D is 6. So difference between 6 and 6. Answer to the first question is 0. Next, which company made the maximum donation in rupees millions over the entire given period? Now see, ACC made 14 donations, BCC made 15 donations, CCC made 15 donations, DCC made 15 donations, ECC made 16 donations, and FCC made 16 donations. Can you see? Maximum number of donations are made by FCC, and the highest amount per donation is also made by FCC. And therefore, which company made the maximum donations? Has to be FCC. You don't have to calculate it for every value. The two numbers that are multiplying to give you the total, both are highest for FCC, so it has to be the highest. Next question, if ECC donated 20% of its revenue each year, okay, ECC donated 20% of its revenue each year, then what was the total revenue in rupees millions of ECC from the year 2023 to 2026? Okay, ECC 2023. So E has donated how much? It has donated 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4, 11 E. It has donated 11 million. 11 million, and this is 20% or 1/5 of revenue. So the revenue would be happily 55 million or option D. Next question. If CCC donated 25% of its revenue each year and ACC donated 10% of its revenue each year, what is the difference between the revenues in the year 2022? 2022. CCC and ACC. Okay, 2C. 8C has, CCC has donated 8. CCC has donated 8, which is 25% of its revenue. So its revenue should be 32. ACC has donated 10% of its revenue each year, and it has donated 1. So its revenue should be 10. What is the difference between the revenues in the year 2022? The answer is 32 minus 10. Final answer, 22. Fun set requires you to work with equations and manipulate them. If you are comfortable with number manipulation, this should be fairly doable. Next, Department of Education, Delhi government recently conducted a survey about the number of students studying in some of the top schools of Delhi. The survey was conducted in 7 of the top schools, namely Modern BK, Tagore VV, Heritage VK, Carmel AN, Springdale's DK, Anthony EOK, and Sachdeva NC. Each of these schools has 2 separate buildings, junior wing and senior wing. Junior wing caters to the students studying from class 1 to 6. Senior wing caters to students studying from class 7 to 12. Okay. Assume that these schools have students studying from class 1 to 12 only, and in these 2 buildings only. Okay. So you cannot have a student outside of these classes or outside of these 2 buildings. After the survey, it was found that the total number of students studying in these 7 schools was 27,000. Okay. Total number of students is 27,000. The total number of students studying in Modern BK was half the total number of students studying in Springdale's, which was 20% less than the total number of students studying in Carmel, the total number of students studying in Sachdeva NC, so on and so forth. Total number of students के बारे में कुछ data दिया है, which should most likely lead me to individual number of students in every school. Okay. Last, then we have let X be the number of girls studying in junior wing as a percentage of total girls studying in the school. Let Y be the number of boys studying in the junior wing as a percentage of total boys studying in the school. Let Z be the number of students studying in senior wing as a percentage of total students studying in a school. Okay. The following line graph gives the value of X, Y, and Z for these 7 schools. We have this graph here. Okay. Let us get to solving. First thing, we have some information about the totals. We know total number of students was 27,000. Now let's record whatever other information we have been given about the total count of students. The total number of students studying in Modern BK was half the number of students studying in Springdale's DK. So if Springdale's had 2x, Modern had x, okay, which was 20% less than the total number of students studying in Carmel. 20% less, so 1/5 less. This is 4/5. So this should be 2.5x. Okay. So far we are done. The total number of students studying in Sachdeva was 500 less than the total number of students studying in Carmel. Sachdeva had 2.5x minus 500. Okay. The total number of students studying in Heritage was 100% more than the total number of students studying in Anthony EOK. So if Anthony EOK was Y, then Heritage must be 2Y. Okay. Which was Anthony EOK, which was 20% more than the total number of students studying in Tagore VV. This is 20% more than those studying in Tagore VV. So what I'm doing right now is, look at this. I am turning this into 5A. So this will turn to 6A and this will turn to 12A, so that it remains integral and manageable numbers. Last is the ratio of total number of students studying in Tagore VV and modern BK is 5:4. Tagore and modern 5A, and this is X. So X should be 4A. This should be 4A. 4A, so this should be 10A. This should be 8A, and this should be 10A minus 500. What this does is all the number of students here are now represented by a single variable, and we already had that total is 27,000. So let's fill it up. 4 plus 5, 9, 9 plus 12, 21, 21 plus 10, 31, 31 plus 8, 39, 39 plus 6, 45, 45 plus 10. So 55A minus 500 is equal to 27,000, or 55A is equal to 27500, or A will be equal to 500. Once we get A is equal to 500, then I know total number of students everywhere. I have 2,000 kids here. I have 2,500 kids here. I have 6,000 kids here. I have 5,000 kids here. I have 4,000 kids here. I have 3,000 kids here. And I have 4,500 kids here. In the exam, you wouldn't have the option of deleting these cuttings, but because I'm not doing it in an exam, I'm doing it in a YouTube video. I can delete it, make it more appealing. Okay, make it more legible. Forget appealing. Appealing to abhi bhi sundar handwriting to nahi hai. But we have got total number of students in different schools. Next, now look at this X, Y, Z, which is present here. Out of these, girls in junior wing, boys in junior wing, and students in senior wing, because this demarcation Z is the only demarcation which gives us senior wing and junior wing. दो terms में तोड़ा, it is easier to think. So senior wing में green line है, Z is the green line. So modern में 30% senior wing में. So can I say modern में boys and girls मिला के 600 होने? अगर boys and girls मिला के 600 होने, तो यहाँ पे मिला के 1400 होने. Similarly, for Tagore VV, 40% we have in senior wing. So I have 1,000 here, and I have 1,500 here. The Heritage में 45%. 45% in his senior wing. So 2,700 here, and 3,300 here. Carmel में 28% I have here. So 1,400 here. And 3,600 here. Springdale's with 23%. 23% would be 920. So this would be 3,080. Next, I have Anthony, okay, 35%. So 1,050 in senior. So 1,950 in junior wing. Okay, and Sachdeva is 30% here. 30% of this will be 1,350. And here it will be 3,150. Notice how I've written the numbers in both the regions, because I know it is boys and girls both combined. Okay. Now see, if you have 1,400 boys here, and we are told 85, I will set up a template for modern, and from there I will try to replicate the work done for every other school. See, in boys is 85%, girls is 65%, but overall 85% of boys and 65% of girls gives me a total of 70% of boys and girls. Can we see this? 85% of boys and 65% of girls gives me 70% of boys and girls. School का तो 70%. If 30% is in senior wing, जैसे Z का number 8 is a complementary number. If 30% is in the senior wing, the remaining 70% is in the junior wing. So 85%. Oh, X का number is, oh, nice. I've done it correctly. 85% of total boys and 65% of total girls is equal to 70% of boys plus girls. Can you see effectively what they are saying is, girls plus boys is in what ratio? Girls are 3 units and boys are 1 unit. Simple allegation की बात है. Here I get 5, here I get 15 का gap. So 1:3 के रेशियो में, अगर 1:3 के रेशियो में बॉयज 500 है, गर्ल्स 1500 है, we've got our total number. With the same, in the same vein, can I go ahead and create total number of boys and girls for every other school? 60 का एवरेज लाना है. फ्रॉम I have to get an average of 60 from 65 and 40. इससे 5 की दूरी, इससे 20 की दूरी. तो boys are 4 units, girls are 1 unit. So boys are 2000 and girls are 500. 45 and 60 से 50 लाना है. तो 45 के सीनियर्स, सॉरी 45 से 55 पहुंचना है, 60 और 55 1 और 1 में टूटना है. तो 3000 और 3000, दिस इज 28, सो दिस शुड बी 72. 75 और 60 से 72 पहुंचना है. तो 3 यहां से, 12 यहां से. तो इसका 4 यूनिट, y का 4 यूनिट और x का 1 यूनिट. y का 4 यूनिट, x का 1 यूनिट. तो y का 4 यूनिट, y है क्या, लड़के है ना, 4 यूनिट. तो बॉयज आर 4000, गर्ल्स आर 1000. ओके, नेक्स्ट आई हैव 23 हियर, सो आई शुड रीच 77 हियर. सो इसका 13 यूनिट, बॉयज का 13 यूनिट, नहीं गर्ल्स का 13 यूनिट और बॉयज का 7 यूनिट. गर्ल्स का 13 यूनिट, बॉयज का 7 यूनिट. 13 और 7, गर्ल्स का 13 यूनिट तो 2600 और लड़कों का 7 यूनिट तो 1400. आई विल हैव टू चेक द नंबर्स अगेन, बिकॉज आइडियली इक्वेशन बना के हम वेरीफाई करते, बट अभी हम थोड़ा फास्ट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. 35 से 65, इससे 10, इससे 15, तो x का 3 यूनिट. क्या पता है दिक्कत है ना, यहाँ पे काम आसान हो जाता है अगर हम इसको गर्ल्स और इसको बॉयज लिख देते डायरेक्टली. अब बहुत चैन है, ठीक है. x के 3 यूनिट, किसका देख रहे हैं हम, एंथनी का ना. 65 जाना है, तो x के 3 यूनिट, y के 2 यूनिट. 3 और 2, x इज गर्ल्स, तो 1800 और 1200. दिस इज फाइन. सचदेवा का 30 है, 70 है, 1:1 में टूटना है. तो आई हैव 2250 and 2250. Let me just confirm these numbers all over again. 30 here, so I have to reach 70. 70 is 2 units of this. Sorry, 70 is 3 units of this, 3 units of girls and 1 unit of boys. Yes, ठीक किया हमने. यहाँ पे 60 पहुंचना है, तो y का 4 यूनिट्स, x का 1 यूनिट, 4 और 1, बिल्कुल ठीक किया है. 55 बराबर किया है 72. यही वाला नंबर है जिसपे मेरे को हमेशा डाउट है. 72, तो बॉयज का 4 यूनिट, गर्ल्स का 1 यूनिट, बिल्कुल ठीक किया है. यहाँ पे 77 पहुंचना है, तो गर्ल्स का 13 यूनिट्स, बॉयज का 7 यूनिट्स. yes, everything is fine. And now the wonderful thing is we have the count of boys and girls, and we were also given these beautiful ideas. जूनियर विंग में कितने परसेंट बॉयज है, कितने परसेंट गर्ल्स है. वी कैन हैप्पीली फिल अप दोस नंबर्स. सो लेट्स सी व्हिच नंबर इज मोर कन्वीनियंट. 65, गर्ल्स की 65%. 65% ऑफ 1500 इज हाउ मच? 65 into 15, so 195. ऐसा कुछ चल रहा है. नहीं 65 into 15 करना ना, तो 650 plus 325, so 650 plus 325 is 975. 975 girls are here. Total boys and girls are supposed to be how much? 425 हो जाएगा यहाँ पे, which is 85% of 500. यो 975 अगर यहाँ है तो यहाँ पे 525 है, यहाँ पे 75 है. I have all the boys and girls distributed now. Let us go to Tagore VV. अब मेरे को पता है 40% of girls. 40% of girls is 200. यहाँ पे 200, तो ये 1300, 1300 तो ये 700, तो ये 600, नहीं ये 300. 60% of 500. Yes, this is also uniquely identified. Heritage के लिए काम देखते हैं. I need how much? 50% of girls. 50% of girls are here. So, sorry, 1500 here also, 1500 here also. Life is chill. This is 1200 and this is 1800 then. Next one, I have girls as 60%. 60% of girls in the junior wing. So 600. So 3000. So 1000 and 400. Numbers fitting in beautifully. Now Springdale's 70% of girls are there. 70% of 26 into 7. Hey भगवान, 25 into 7, 182, 1820. तो यहाँ पे 1820. Okay, 30% would be here, so 780. If I get 780 here, I will get 140 here and I will get 1260 here. Anthony, 80% of boys are there. 80% of boys would be 960. Boys 1200 है, उसका 80% 960, बिल्कुल ठीक है. 960 है तो यहाँ पे 990 girls. 990 girls कितना है? 55% है, बिल्कुल सही चल रहा है. अच्छा 960 अगर चला गया 80%, 20% of this is 240. So this will be 810. Okay, last 80% of this is how much? 1800. So this will be 450. This is 450. This will be 900. If 900 is gone, this will be 1350. I have all the boys, all the girls in all the schools uniquely identified. Now I can get to individual questions. By what percentage was the number of girls in senior wing of Tagore VV less than the number of girls in senior wing of Carmel AN? Senior Tagore girls, senior Carmel girls. Senior Tagore girls, senior Carmel girls. 300 and 400. These are the numbers. This is 300, this is 400. By what percentage is the number lower? 400 से कितना छोटा है ये? 100 कम है. So it is 25% lower. Option B. What is the total number of boys in the junior wing of Springdale's DK? अच्छा, junior wing boys, Springdale's Heritage in Sachdeva. Springdale Heritage Sachdeva. लड़कों का काउंट निकालना. 1800, 1800, 3600, 3600 plus 1260 is 4860. Yes, we have an option 4860. In which of these schools is the ratio of number of girls in junior wing and the number of boys in the senior wing the least? Okay, girls in junior wing and boys in senior wing ratio lowest निकालना है. Modern BK, girls in junior wing, boys 975 by 75 है पहले का. टगोर वीवी में 200 by 700 है, तो 2 by 7 लिख रहे हैं. उसके बाद कौन सा स्कूल है? हेरिटेज. 15 by 12 है. एंड एंथनी EOK 990 by 240 है. Hopefully you can see among the 4 options that are present, the only option that is lower than 1 is option B. So that has to be the answer. Last question is, what is the total number of girls in Anthony EOK and Heritage VK put together? Girls in Anthony and Heritage put together. So Anthony and Heritage put together, how many girls? 4800. Hopefully these two sets were something that you had trouble with and you had to struggle with. And if you can see, both these sets share a commonality in terms of the way they treat the aspirant. The question themselves do not take a lot of time. It is the initial build-up that you have to engage into in order to be able to get to the questions that takes time. So these questions are designed with the intent कि भाई तुम शुरुआत में स्ट्रगल करो, लेकिन एक बार तुम्हारा स्ट्रगल खत्म हो गया फिर आंसर्स विल कम वेरी वेरी क्विकली. दीज आर द सॉर्ट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस दैट एंड अप बीइंग टाइम किलर्स, स्पेशली द फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि यहाँ पे इक्वेशन देख के लगता हो तो जाएगा ही, बट फिर जब वैल्यू रैंडमली फिट करना चालू करोगे तो दिक्कत है. अगर कुछ लॉजिक वॉजिक लगा के या वर्स्ट से वर्स्ट हालत में आई वुड रिकमेंड, इफ एट ऑल यू आर इन अ सिचुएशन एग्जाम में और कुछ नहीं हो रहा है और यही सेट बचा है, तो शांति से बैठ के साइमल्टेनियस इक्वेशन सॉल्व कर देना चलेगा. सेकंड वाले में तो ग्राफ समझने की लड़ाई है, बहुत स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड लाइन ग्राफ है, येट इट रिक्वायर्स अ लॉट ऑफ processing for you to reach the answer. That will be all for this episode. Hopefully you learned something. Okay, bye.